Okay, let's take a look at some actual calculations whenever we are dealing with multiple activity bases and breaking our factory overhead cost into more than just one piece. Okay, so this is actually going to be a two-part question. It says Panamint Systems Corporation is estimating activity costs associated with producing disk drives, tape drives, and wire drives. The indirect labor can be traced to 4 separate activity pools. And let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 or 5. The budgeted activity cost and activity-based data by product are provided below. Okay, so what we want to understand is that what they have done here is this activity cost column right here. We've taken total anticipated factory overhead and we have broken it down into procurement, scheduling, materials handling, product development, and production. Okay? And so this would be our activity pools over here, and these over here would be our cost drivers. Okay? All right. Then we have 3 products here, and then we have the level of activity for each of these items in each of these columns. So the question says determine the activity rate for procurement, scheduling, materials handling, product development, and production. Okay, so all we're doing here is we're determining an activity rate, but we're going to have 5 rates, looks like to me. We're going to have a rate for procurement, scheduling, materials handling, product development, and production. Okay, so let's see how we would actually go about doing this. When we talk about the first item is procurement, so we're going to determine a rate for procurement. All right, and if we look up here, the activity cost associated with procurement is $370,000. But, and it says over here, it says the cost driver most closely associated with this $370,000 is the number of purchase orders. Okay, so if we come down here, we have the number of purchase orders for all products. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to add these 3 numbers to come up with our total number of purchase orders. And it's 20,000 purchase orders. So our activity rate for procurement is simply 370,000 divided by 20,000 purchase orders. And if we do the math on that, we're going to come up with $18.50. Okay. Our next item up here is scheduling, so we'll just write that here. And we have a total cost for scheduling of $250,000. Our cost driver or activity base for scheduling is number of production orders. So we come down here and we find that the total number of production orders, let's see, 450, is 1,250. So 1,250 is our denominator. And if we execute this equation, we're going to come up with a scheduling activity rate of exactly $200. Moving down the line, materials handling is our next item. And it says that materials handling has an estimated cost of $500,000 and that the activity base is number of moves. Okay, so we come down here, we find number of moves, and we add it up. Let's see, we got 2,200, let's see, 14. 2,200 plus 4,000 is 6,200 moves for the year. And if we divide that out, I came up with $80.65 rounded as the activity rate for materials handling. Okay. Our next item is product development. Okay. And product development has a cost of $730,000. And it says that our activity base for product development is number of engineering changes. And if we look here, number of engineering changes in total are 45. Okay, so 730,000 over 45. And if we execute this, we come up with $16,222.22 cost activity rate for product development. Okay. Our last item is production. Our total estimated cost for production is $1.5 million, and our cost driver or activity base is machine hours. So I'm going to put 1,500,000 here. And then I'm going to move back up here and I look at machine hours and I add these hours up and I come up with 20,000 hours. Plot that here as our denominator, and if we do that, I believe we will come up with exactly $75. So we're only being asked the activity rate for these 5 items, and we have calculated all 5 of them, and we're going to need these items. Notice we did not use this column here, number of units, at all, but we will use that in our next problem that we're going to solve.